Hi, everybody. Good Saturday afternoon. It's nice and warm up here in the north. I just realized that my free StreamYard is like 20 hours a month. So I think I've only got about 6 hours left. So it'll look like I'll have to upgrade. I want to spend my life on StreamYard, which I probably don't. But anyway, I'm sorry if folk aren't here, but I want to get back into this thing on my rambling thoughts about Stoicism. Essentially, in part one, I talked about, the insanity of living a life without a moral compass, the difficulties it brings. Hi, Steve. How are you? Steven, it's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. IBM View, all that other stuff. Uh, so, you guys can, watch this on the replay. Um, so, if the life is disordered and I'm having difficulty figuring out whether I'm on foot or horseback, kind of come to realize that my life might be disoriented. And so with the Stoic part two, I think it's important to at least come to believe that uh, my life has become a little bit crazy, and also come to believe that certain aspects can how do I say it? Can bring me back to society, put me in a place in society, and become a contributor to society. I believe that virtue is one of those important things. Self discipline, a concept of justice, a concept of courage, and a concept of sanity is important. So essentially, I think virtue, self discipline, justice, and courage could probably be the four keys. Uh, Virtue is having a high moral character. It's not something that you're given, it's something that you practice. And in all these things, it's a matter of practicing it. It's not like, oh, okay, please God, give me virtue, self discipline, justice, courage, and all these other things. Hey, Tommy. Hi, Gianni. Hi, Stephen. Sorry, I'm just going over the second part of what I consider to be practicing or coming to realize the important aspects of being a good citizen through the concept of Stoicism, which is a philosophy that uh, has been around, and it's inundated in Roman culture, it's inundated in Greek culture, and it's inundated in Western culture. And we look upon virtue, high moral character. Generally, we can see that in our mothers, seem to have high moral character. We see it in certain people. We can see it in ourselves if we practice it. The other thing is self discipline. You know, that is simply more than the ability to pursue something that is frightening. Some people call it moxie. But again, self-discipline is the ability to pursue something that scares us, and get through it. It's not like, I don't know if that's right. Self-discipline is the ability to pursue what it is. We'll say that. Courage is that. I think self-discipline is to complete the task. Self-discipline is to wake up every morning and have a goal. Self-discipline is to, not eat an extra bowl of cereal. Self-discipline is to offer oneself a little bit of fasting. Self Self-discipline might be sacrificing for someone else. It can be a lot of fun. There's no doubt about it. Um, the other point, I talked about virtue, guys, and I talked about self-discipline, but this is something that a lot of people I found, including myself, have no concept of, and that is justice. And justice is the impartial treatment of others. Not only applies to court of law, which JTP is involved in, uh, but it is justice. It's like, do I make judgments on people based on influences, untrue influences? How am I making my judgments? And what type of justice am I serving by doing that? So, it's just the same thing. It's an impartial treatment. So I can't let my personal feelings or my emotions get in the way of being impartial towards others. Let me tell you, that's a great stress reliever. It's best to say, I don't know, and I never will, than it is to say, I know, and it's my will. And the other one is courage. And this one is fun. Courage is to do something that frightens us, right? Uh, to challenge oneself, you know, not so much to live dangerously, but to live dangerously in a safe manner. So, there are things that frighten me, and it's all in my head. But if I think about it, and I put my mind to it, and I overcome it, I've developed. And again, it's not something that you just gain and you have the rest of your life. It's not. It's practicing every single moment, waking moment. These things lead to sanity, which means, you know, I think and I behave in a rational manner. And, I can regain my place in society. If you've ever had a problem or setback in life and realized, hey, what the hell did I do? Join the club. Everybody's going through it. And the question is what do I do about it? Do I sit there and complain? Do I blame others? Do I point the finger? Or am I going to understand the four concepts of life in order to regain my place in society? Outside of prayer, outside of religion, you still have to practice these things. I can't go to mass and expect that I go to mass once a week and suddenly it's going to change me. No, it's easy to forget. So, like I said, virtue, practice it, adore it, That's high moral character. Self-discipline, practice it. Justice, be impartial. Listen. Tommy Stick says, well, they caught a suspect the other day, and he's just a suspect. He's not guilty. They caught the so-called serial killer on Long Island. Is he guilty? We don't know. We don't know. The prosecutor says he is. And he says he didn't do it. But we're going to find out. Yeah, courage is doing something that frightens us. I was fortunate enough to have, as a kid, to do some boxing and do some playing some football, and being challenged. And I was able to carry that over into my mature life. Able to go into the Marines and do things that kind of frightened me. So, and that'll allow me to think and behave rationally, and hopefully put me in a place in society where I feel comfortable, and I don't feel like I'm a two-faced idiot, and I don't go where the wind blows. So again, Stoicism is rock solid. It's simple concepts. You can apply it in any way you like. But we all know, Tammy has to, make that meal. Stiggs has got to go take care of his mother. Cindy's got to go to work. Johnny's a man of man. Yeah, you're right, Stiggs. I'm not reading the comments. I'm trying to get through this, guys, so that I don't eat up all the time on my StreamYard. But that's it. Think of virtue. Look it up. Look up the definition. Self-discipline. Look up the definition. Justice. Look up the definition. Courage. Look up the definition. There's nothing wrong with meditating on it and thinking about it. You wake up in the morning and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna open a book and I'm gonna look up those words, and I'm gonna see what they mean to me." And the question is, am I gonna be myself and only do what I want to do, or am I gonna practice something a little higher, something a little bit more interesting than my little old crybaby self? And I'll say hi to everybody real quick. Hi, Ralph. Hi, Joe. Hi, TT. Gianni. Yeah, you're right. You got to give it to God. You're welcome. And then we'll go with the greatest of the greatest prayer I know that is rooted in Stoicism, and that is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I am, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's so nice when I'm on the beam, I'm not distracted. And I'm able to wear a loose garment, I don't have any stress. My mind's clear and focused. And that is because we put the effort in, we think about it, we practice, practice the spiritual life in a way, practice the principles, Tommy's got the Serenity Prayer on his arm. He can look at it anytime he wants. Johnny is awesome. Hey, real deal. How are you? And Joe, how are you? Hello, Ralphie. Uh, if you made a mistake in anger, uh, my Ralph will tell you the first thing I do is I try to mend that situation. I'm not perfect, but Salvatore is saying listening. Justia is a Roman word. A courtroom word in Greek is diaxuna. I can't pronounce that, Gerard. You have just hit on what the whole Catholic Protestant divide is all about. What does the word justice mean? Uh, Justice means impartiality, in a practical way. Do not judge. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Justia. I don't know, Salvatore. I don't know about this whole Catholic Protestant divide. Um, I don't know, honestly. I'll find out, but I know it's never act on emotion, never go after people, never have a bias. And I think the world will be a better world. But Salvatore, I'm going to look that up later and see what you're talking about. Maybe you could make a statement rather than ask the question, because I honestly don't know. I probably have a good idea. Listening, justia is a Roman word, a courtroom word in Greek is the courtroom word in Greek. Okay, just hit on the whole man. That's a lot, Salvatore. So I have to look that up. But everybody have and make it a great day. Wish you all the best. Everybody sit back, take a breath, and love those who are around you and try and help them out. I'll see you later. Bye.